All right, so Jamie writes in, is it a good decision to tap in his retirement accounts before taking Social Security? And I'll share with you the details of this, but man, brother, or I'm not sure if Jamie's a man or a woman, but either way, I talk about this a lot. So here's a question. Hey, Josh, very much enjoy your YouTube. I believe I have an interesting question. However, I've been unable to find an answer anywhere. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing to type this in? I need to know what people are using for search engine terms, because this is one of my focus is on retirement planning. He's or she is 61 years old, contemplating retirement at 62, but not sure if this would be the right move as opposed to waiting till full retirement age. The question is this: is it a good idea to tap my retirement savings IRA at age 62 so I can make ends meet while holding off getting the higher Social Security benefit at 60, full retirement age? And so ironic. Look, I don't know how to say this, but I'm stunned because I talked about this a lot. Yeah, you want to come here, buddy? Hold on a second. We got a nugget who's very, very, very needy. My little baby here. But then, ironically enough, I got an article sent to me just today from Joe, which is I'll share with you now. It says how and why to build a bridge for Social Security. He says everything, and Joe says, "Hey Josh, this is everything you have said." So let's read this. And again, if it helps me a lot to know the actual search terms people are using, because I can title things like that on YouTube, which is very, very helpful for the algorithm, if that makes sense. So if you search in, I don't know what it'd be. Should I tap in my IRA before Social Security? It'd be helpful for me to know that, because I could type that in for sure. All right, so here's a Dateline. What's today? Today's the 7th, right? Yeah, today's the 7th. So it was yesterday from Barron's by Nick Fortuna, which means he's got to be Nick has got to be rich, right? Because his last name is Fortuna. All right. Most Americans should employ a Social Security bridge using their retirement plan assets to delay claiming till 70, when benefits max out, according to new research that comes as the first wave of workers dependent on 401ks begins to retire. Let's see. Assets in the 401k account should be used to provide automatic monthly income for retiring individuals aged 60 to 69, roughly matching what they were receiving from Social Security, according to the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. And the white paper is titled "How to Best Annuitize Defined Contribution Assets." By front-loading withdrawals from 401k plans and individual retirement accounts until age 70 with a so-called bridge strategy, many Americans will be able to delay collecting Social Security benefits until they can claim the maximum. For each year we don't know that, what happens. Let's see. The study by Alicia Munell, the director for Center for Retirement Research, and economist Gal Wetstein and Wenlang Hu compares the overall performance of 3 strategies for annuitizing retirement assets: immediate annuities, advanced life deferred annuities, and the Social Security bridge option. Using a mathematical model incorporating mortality statistics, market risk, and consumption shocks such as major healthcare expenditures. Hey, buddy. The authors conclude that for most Americans, the bridge option is the most efficient to use for retirement assets. To help seniors employ a bridge strategy, buddy, Pablo, no, it's just the fridge. Got some ice dropped in the ice maker there, and Pablo thinks it's someone knocking on the door. Pablo, he's crazy. He's a crazy nut. We wouldn't have it any other way, though, right? Did they hear about my man? I forgot who emailed that to me, but he said there's his daughter had read an article about using some kind of thing where you can make dogs talk. He says, that's great because now Pablo can give us financial advice. That's fantastic. Some people think, let's see. The authors point out that many newly retired Americans are reluctant to draw down their 401k or IRAs to support themselves, fearing that they'll eventually run out of money. I think it's even worse than that. They think a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. And stinky breath, man. Wow. Woo, that stinks. You got to brush them chops. I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think taking Social Security is 1 in the hand versus 2 in the bush. Because the issue with that 2 in the bush is that assumes you might not get the 2 in the bush. Does that make sense? Well, with Social Security, you're going to get it. But not if I die early. But if you die early, do you care? You're dead. All right. With that money set aside, they claim Social Security benefits immediately upon retirement and simply work until they become eligible for benefits at 62. Only 5% of men and 7% of women, I'm surprised men less, defer claiming Social Security benefits till age 70, according to the paper. And 35% of men and 40% of women claim benefits at 62. That's interesting. So more women claim benefits early and more women claim benefits later too. At 70, I should say. The median claiming age for men was 64 and 63 for women. All right, I would think women would claim earlier, because women don't make as much in income, so they don't have as big of a benefit. And a lot of women actually survive. They're survivors and whatnot. And so because of, or they can get spousal benefits too, but the men who make more and are going to die earlier would claim later to provide more for their surviving spouse, if that makes sense. So I will claim later, in which to give Charlotte a bigger benefit for sure, and she'll claim earlier because her benefit will be reduced no matter what. And on top of that, women, a lot of women are widows or single moms. All right, so they're like, man, they've been busting their butts for a long, long time. They say, I just need the $1,300, and they're going to take it early, even if waiting could be preferable. The authors acknowledge that many Americans lack the financial resources to delay claiming until age 70, and for seniors facing serious health problems, claiming might be the right move. But for those who can afford it, the bridge option makes sense because it allows retirees to essentially buy more. Because Social Security is indexed for inflation. I wonder, okay, so that's interesting to me. I don't have a qualm with that. The interesting thing about that is I didn't say anything about taxes, so I'm going to pause it and we're going to look at this article real quick. I didn't put a link to the article. That's odd, so I'll have to look it up and read it someplace else at a different time. But anyway, so Jamie, the issue is, look, I don't know your circumstance or situation. You should absolutely, in my opinion, ooh, buddy, ooh, he just jumped. Wait till take Social Security till later, without question. Now, there's always a different rule of thumb for everybody. It depends on your personal situation. But Social Security, the benefit of it is that it allows for you to get a guaranteed income that grows with cost of living adjustments. Guaranteed. I presume Alicia and the good folks at Center for Retirement Research at Boston College also talk about taxes, because that's another issue. If your money is solely from Social Security, it's tax-free. If your money is solely from IRA distributions, it's taxable. So later on down the road, the bigger you can get in tax-free is definitely more valuable than a similar amount in a taxable account, i.e. 401k or IRA. Hope this makes sense. All right, thanks now.